All right, we're going to talk about place values, but only numbers to the left of the decimal point. Now, as you see in the number given here, we don't have a decimal point. We only have 2 commas, right, that we put every 3 numbers starting from the left. Now, if we think back, if a number does not have a decimal point shown, it comes, at the end of the number. Now, in this case, because it's at the end and there's nothing after it, we don't need that number. So if my eraser would work here, I can erase that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and think through what the place value, what the name of each of these numbers represents. So when you think about here, I have a chart, and we can fill this number into the chart starting on the left. So this 9, I think I'm going to use red. The 9 goes in the ones place, the 8 in the tens, 7 in the hundreds. Now you'll notice every 3 numbers is a comma. Every 3 numbers changes colors. So the 6 is in the thousands place. The 5 is in the 10,000s place. The 4 is in the 100,000 place. Now think about this, how the place value chart works. If we start on the left, right, ones, tens, hundreds in this chunk, then thousands, 10,000, 100,000s. Now we go to millions. 1 millions, right, that's the 3. 2 is in the 10 millions, then 100 millions. Billions, 10 billions, 100 billions. This is how it continues to go. We have a ones, a tens, and a hundreds in each place where they are noted by the I guess characterizations of the thousands, millions, billions. I don't know a better word for that off the top of my head because words are hard. But if you think about this, if we just said randomly, what is the place value of the 5? Well, thinking through our place value chart, the 5 is in the 10,000s place, right? That would be the place value of this particular number. Let's look at another one, right? So now I have 43056891127. Okay, so if we want to think through, and let's say, what place is the 3 in? Well, if that's, if this is kind of a new concept or something you haven't really thought about in the last 10 or 15 years, it could be hard. So let's go ahead and put our number into our place value chart. There's no harm in that. 7, 2, 1. And we always work left to right, which is kind of opposite than the way that we read. 8, 5, 0, 3, and 4. So you can see because I have 3 commas, it's broken into 4 chunks. We've got the ones, the thousands, the millions, and the billions, right? Those are the 4 chunks. Now, we at the beginning said, well, what about the, I just hit a button. What about this 3? Well, the 3 falls in the 100 millions place. So that 3 would be in the 100 millions, right? So if you can think through, right, if you understand ones, thousands, and these are the millions, 5 is the 1 million, 0 is in the 10 millions, 3 would be in the 100 millions, right? So you don't necessarily need the chart. The chart is just a nice visualization. You just have your chunks down. Now we're going to use those chunks to write this number in words, which I'm actually, I think, going to type because my handwriting is atrocious. But thinking through the chunks, right? These are the ones. 127, we noticed that. 689, that's in the thousands. 305 is in the millions, and 684 is in the billions. So if I was going to type that out or write it into a word, I'm trying to find my text bubble here. Do I have a text bubble? I thought I did. There we go. So we would use 684 billion, 305 million, 689,000. Ooh, I can't spell. Shocker. 389,127. And that's how we would say this number. 684 billion, 305 million, 689,127. Notice the word I did not say, which is and. Okay? And, and means a decimal point. So when somebody says 127, 127, that's what they're saying. If you just want it to be 127, then just say 127. Anytime you hear the word and, that means a decimal point in the mathematical world. A lot of us struggle with that. So when you mean 127, say 127. If you mean 684,305,689,127, then say that, right? So just there you go. That's kind of a brief overview.